Good morning, Yellow family. We're going to be singing a new good morning song today, so here we go. The good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo, choo. The good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo, choo. The good morning train is coming, the good morning train is coming, the good morning train is coming, how are you? Choo, choo. Let's all say good morning to William, choo, choo. Let's say hello to Griffin, how are you? Choo, choo. Let's say hello to Declan, let's say hello to Cassidy, let's say hello to Landon, how are you? Choo, choo. Good. Let's say hello to Madeline, how are you? Choo, choo. Let's say hello to Benjamin, how are you? Choo, choo. Let's say hello to Sawyer. Let's say hello to Claire. Let's say hello to Henry, how are you? Choo, choo. Let's say hello to Rosalind, how are you? Choo, choo. Let's say hello to Gia, how are you? Choo, choo. Let's say hello to Miss Jennifer. Let's say hello to Miss Lexa. Let's say hello to the Yellow family, how are you? Choo, choo. Okay, Yellow family, we're going to do our Phonics right now with me and Miss Jennifer. And we're going to start with Allie Alligator. And Allie Alligator is an A, and the sound is ah. Baba Bear is a B, the sound is B. Katina Cat is a C, the sound is K. Dee Dee Deer is a D, the sound is D. Ellie Elephant is an E, and the sound is Eh. Francie Fish is an F, and the sound is F. Gordo the Gorilla is a G, the sound is J. Honey the Horse is an H, and the sound is H. Annie the Inchworm is an I, and the sound is Eh. Jerry the Jellyfish is a J, and it's J. Ko the Kangaroo is a K, and the sound is K. Lizzie the Lizard is an L, and the sound is O. Missy the Mouse is an M, and the sound is M. Nigel the Night Owl is an N, the sound is M. Olive the Octopus is an O, and the sound is Ah. Pee-wee the Penguin is a P, and the sound is P. Quinny the Quail is a Q, and the sound is Qu. Robbie the Rabbit is an R, and the sound is R. Sammy the Snake is an S, and the sound is S. Timmy the Tiger is a T, and the sound is T. Umber the Umbrella Bird is a U, and the sound is Vincent the Vampire Bat is a V, the sound is V. Willie the Weasel is a W, and the sound is W. Xavier Fox is an X, and the sound is X. Yancey the Yak is a Y, and the sound is Y. And Zeke the Zebra is a Z, and the sound is Z. Yellow family, today we're going to read the book Pancakes by Eric Carle, because we are going to be making pancakes and flipping pancakes today for our snack lesson. So let's get started. Cock-a-doodle-doo, crowed the rooster. Jack woke up and looked out the window to see the sun rising. He stretched his arms and thought, how hungry am I? I could eat a large pancake for breakfast. Jack's mother was already up and busy. Jack sat down at the kitchen table. Mother, may I have a large pancake for breakfast today? I have a lot of work to do, she answered. If you want a pancake, you have to help me. What should I do? Said Jack. First, you will need flour to make a pancake, she said. Go behind the barn to the wheat field. Take a sickle, cut as much wheat as your donkey can carry, and take the wheat to the mill. The miller will grind the wheat into flour. Jack rode his donkey out to the wheat fields, and when he had enough wheat, he put it on his donkey's back and led him to the mill. Can you grind this wheat and make flour for me? Jack asked the miller. I need it to make a large pancake. First, you have to separate the grain from the covering, the chaff, said the miller. He handed Jack a flail. Do you see that? Which was a stick with a shorter stick attached to it. There's the stick and there's the shorter stick. The miller spread the wheat on the ground, and he took another flail and began beating the wheat. Jack helped him with the thrashing, and soon there was a big pile of straw and chaff and a small pile of grain. Inside the mill house, the miller put the grain in a large flat stone. On top of the stone was a round millstone connected to the water wheel outside. The millstone turned around and to grind the wheat, first into small pieces and then finally into flour. At last, the miller handed Jack a bag of flour. Then he smiled and said, "And here's a handful of grain. You may need it." Jack was puzzled, but he put the grain into his pocket. He rode home with a bag of flour under his arm. "Here's the flour," Jack said. "Now let's make a pancake. I'm hungry." "We need an egg," his mother answered. "See if the black hen has laid an egg." Jack went to the farmyard. The black hen said, "Cluck, cluck," but she had no eggs. "Aw," said Jack, "are you hungry? So am I." So he reached into the pocket and gave the hen the grain which the miller had given him. The black hen went to her nest, where she sat very still for a long while, and Jack waited and waited. Just as he was ready to give up, the hen said, "Cluck, cluck," and again, and there was an egg. Jack carefully took the egg from the nest and ran back into the house. "Here's an egg, Mother. Let's make a pancake. I'm so hungry." But his mother said, "Now we need some milk. Go to the meadow and see if the spotted cow has milk for you." She handed him a pail and a one-legged stool. In the meadow, Jack put the stool next to the cow and the pail between his legs. He started milking. Squish, 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 the milk splats into the pail. When he had had enough, he patted the cow on her nose and went back to the house. "Here's the milk. Can you make the pancakes now?" said Jack. "Not yet. We need some butter," said the mother. She went to the storeroom next to the kitchen and returned with a butter churn. She scooped the cream off the top of the milk and put it into the butter churn. That's the butter churn right here. Then it was Jack's turn to work. He began to pull and push the churn handle up and down, up and down. The cream got stiffer and the handle seemed to get heavier, and then the cream turned into golden butter. "I'm so hungry," said Jack. "Let's make the pancake." But his mother said, "Go to the woodshed and bring me a few logs and some kindling wood. I need the wood to build up the fire." Jack brought in the firewood. "Now," he said. But the mother only said, "Wouldn't you like something sweet to go with your pancake? Go down to the cellar and look for something sweet." She lit a candle for Jack, and he went down into the cellar. On the shelves were apple jelly, maple syrup, honey, peach preserves, marmalade, and strawberry jam. He pulled the strawberry jam carefully from the shelf and took the jam upstairs to his mom. In the kitchen, Jack's mother started the fire and filled the table with the flour, the milk, the butter. She made from the mixing bowl in a cup, a large wooden spoon, a ladle, a frying pan, a plate, a knife, a fork, and a spoon, and Jack made room for the strawberry jam. Put a cupful of flour into the bowl, said the mother, and break an egg into the flour and stir. Pour a cupful of milk, cover the flour and eggs, and stir again. Finally, the batter was smooth without lumps. Jack's mother heated the frying pan over the fire of butter. The butter melted fast, and she said to Jack, "Now pour a ladle of batter onto the pan." After a minute or two, she looked on the other side of the pancake, and it was golden brown. "Now watch," she said. "I'll turn the pancake over. Ready?" "Ready," shouted Jack. "Flip," said his mother. Up and over went the pancake high into the air. "Watch out," yelled Jack. But his mother caught the pancake right in the middle of the pan. In a few minutes, the pancake was brown and crisp on both sides. "Bring me your plate," said his mother. She slipped the pancake from the frying pan onto Jack's plate. "Shall I spread it with strawberry jam for you?" she asked. "Yum," was all Jack could say. "And now, Jack," his mother started to say, but Jack said, "Oh, Mom, I know what to do now." And he ate the pancake.
Good morning, Yellow family. We are going to make pancakes for snack lesson today. Just like you read in your story, we need a lot of different ingredients to make pancakes. Most of you probably have pancakes mix at home. This one is Bisquick, and it comes regular, or you can even get it gluten-free if you need to. So I'm going to use this pancake mix instead of going to get the flour and things like they did in the book. So we're going to put 1 cup of pancake mix in the bowl. Then we're going to do 1 cup of milk. 2 tablespoons of oil. 1. I use canola oil. You guys can use whatever you have at home. Okay. And then 1 egg. This is the fun part. You can get all gooey. Let me just get a napkin quick for that. Luckily we have some handy. Okay. And then we're going to use our whisk like we did with our scrambled eggs. This is the fun part too. You guys love to make things in the mud kitchen with these whisks. Stir it up real good. Okay. Now let's look at our chart, because our chart is actually flipping pancakes. So this says flipping up top, and let's see how many steps there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps. So the first step says pour 1/4 cup of batter into the skillet. The second step says cook until bubbles appear. The third step is flip over to cook, and the fourth step is remove from skillet. Okay, so let's get started. You guys remember what the first step is? We're going to get some of this batter into our skillet, and the skillet's already hot. So if your mom and dad say it's okay for you guys to flip, you got to be really careful because it's really hot. So what we usually have you do when we're at school is we have you put one hand on the table and use the other hand for flipping so that you be super careful, okay? But let's get the batter on there first. The first step is to put 1/4 cup of the batter on the skillet, And I'm going to do 2 pancakes because there's room. That way Miss Ann and Miss Alexa can have one. There we go. Okay. Hopefully they won't run together. Sometimes that happens. So now we have to wait until bubbles appear. Hopefully I turned it up high enough. Bubbles will appear pretty quickly. Maybe not. We will see. Oh, while we're waiting, we can do our prayer because we forgot to do our prayer. So hands up high, hands down low, under your chin and hold them so. God is great, God is good. Let us thank him for our food. Amen. And look at that, I see some bubbles. Still not quite ready to turn yet though. But I do see bubbles. Can you hear it sizzling? Do, 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 do. Okay, we're ready to flip the pancake. So you put one hand on the table, put your spatula in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, flip. It worked. We'll do the next one. 1, 2, 3, flip. Yay! Boy, those look delicious. Some of you might want butter on them or syrup. Some of you might like to put strawberries on it or blueberries. It's up to you. Whatever you like in your pancakes. My kids like chocolate chips and whipped cream, but that is not very healthy, is it? Almost done. Sometimes when you're making food, it seems like it takes a really long time, doesn't it? Because you're hungry and your tummy's growling. Okay, I think they're ready. There's 1. And there's 2. Enjoy.
Hi, Yellow Family. Our science experiment for this week is water absorption. So what I have done is I have a cupcake tin. And inside each one of the cupcake tins, I have put something that I found in my yard or on one of my walks. So, and the first one, I have a rock. And then I have some bark from a tree I found. And this is rosemary from my yard. And these are some berries I found. And there's some grass. And this is some mud I found that was in my driveway. And I found some wildflowers on my walk. And this is called ice plant that I found. And I got some of that alongside of the road on one of my walks. And this is an ivy, part of my ivy plant. And I just got some of the leaves off. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pour a little water in each one of these containers and see what happens. Let's put the stem of the in. There's some grass and the mud, the rock, the bark, and then the rosemary. So I'm going to let this sit for a few days and then maybe we'll come back to it and see what happened. So we'll see if the water changes color, maybe the rock will change color and get clean, or something will happen to the bark. We'll see what if the flower opens up. So, and the rosemary, we'll see what happens to our things and what absorbs some of the water and what didn't absorb any of the water. Hey everyone, I want you to see the planter box. I've dug out all the weeds but I left our bulbs that had our, I believe they were daffodils that came up. And I went to the store and I got a tomato plant to plant in our planter box. So I have a shovel here. And I'm going to just dig a hole right here for our tomatoes. I know a lot of you like tomatoes because when we had the cherry tomatoes as a snack. A lot of you ate them. So I'm going to just pull it out. I'm going to stick it in the hole. And I'm going to cover it. And then I'm going to put my little marker here saying what is in our, what is this. And then I went and got some water in our watering can so that we can water our tomato. That should be good. And there's our tomato plant, and we'll keep checking on it during the weeks.
So this is Miss Alexa, and I wanted to show you guys, as we're walking away from the planter box, I found a lizard. And he's kind of a big guy. And look at his belly.
Oh, he has a blue belly.
It's blue. Yeah, so just gonna hold him for a little bit because I like lizards. And then I'm gonna let him go, return back to his home.
Okay, Yellow Family, it's time to sing our goodbye song. Miss Jennifer's here with us to sing goodbye to you. So we're gonna do the one we always do. So let's get a beat and we can say goodbye. Goodbye, Henry. Goodbye, Claire. Goodbye, Sawyer. We're glad you came today. Hey! Goodbye, Benjamin. Goodbye, Madeline. Goodbye, Landon. We're glad you came today. Hey! Goodbye, Cassidy. Goodbye, Declan. Goodbye, Griffin. We're glad you came today. Hey! Goodbye, William. Goodbye, Gia. Goodbye, Rosalind. We're glad you came today. Hey! Goodbye, Yellow Family.